Hello and welcome back. This is Americans Learn. I did try to go back to the old set for a second and it did not work as well as I'd hoped. So therefore, I am back here with Chicago Reacts. It's also a reminder you can come and watch stuff over on Chicago Reacts. It's just fun. So anyway, today though, I'm getting back into some songs. I like to do that on this channel. So this is another Geoff Castellucci video. It's been a long time since I've done a Geoff Castellucci video, I think since around last Halloween. So this one is The Headless Horseman. The original singer of the Headless Horseman song was Thurl Ravencroft. So I'm curious to see how Geoff has changed it, because Thurl already has a really deep voice, and a lot of the time Geoff's songs, like, they add these like deep bass notes where they weren't originally in the song, and it like elevates it and it changes it a little bit. So I'm curious to see how they're going to arrange this and change it up when the original singer already sings the entire thing in this incredible deep bass. So I'm looking forward to this. The way that I do music reactions on this channel is I'll listen to the whole thing first, and then I will go back and I will pick out things to talk about. So first we are going to listen to the whole thing though. So let's go.
Now gather around while I elucidate on what happens outside when it gets late. Along about midnight, the ghosts and banshees get together for their nightly jamborees. There's ghosts with horns and saucer eyes, and some with fangs about this size. Some short and fat, some tall and thin, and some don't even bother to wear their skin. Well, I'm telling you, brother, it's a frightful sight to see what goes on in the night. Have a midnight jamboree. Well, they break it up with a fiendish glee. Spooks are bad, but the one that's cursed is the Headless Horseman. He's the worst when he goes a-jogging across the land, holding his noggin in his hand. The demons take one look and groan and hit the road for parts unknown.
There's no wrath like a spook that's spurred. They don't like him and he's really burns. Swear through the longest days.
He'll show them that he can get ahead.
The Headless Horseman needs a head. The Headless Horseman needs a head.
Close all the windows, lock the doors. Unless you're careful, he'll get yours. But don't think he'll hesitate a bit, cause he'll tip your top if it'll fit. And he likes them little, likes them big.
Part in the middle, or a wig.
Black or white or even red. The Headless Horseman needs a head.
The Headless Horseman needs a head. The Headless Horseman needs a head.
It's after midnight, so listen good. Better stay at home like you should, cause right outside and waiting
The
there.
Headless Horseman. Beware. He's out looking for a headed child, so don't stop to figure out a plan.
You cannot reason with a headless man.
Oh my God. Well, I felt that last note in my soul. Oh look, he's just like Lestat or something in that thumbnail. Okay, wow, all right. Whew, like I said, I felt that last note deep in my heart. Good Lord, that was in my bones. All right, so we are going to listen to it again, and this time sort of, just like pick out different things. And if we, I mean, maybe I should also put on the original version just so we can kind of compare and contrast, but that might be a little too much. So, because I have listened to the original one, recently. Like I'd listened to it before I listened to this one, just so I would like know where it was coming from. Because I like to have a comparison, especially if something's a cover. I like to know what the original sounded like so I can see what changed. So, whew. I want to say just straight off, I love how bouncy the whole song is, considering it's like, oh no, we are talking about someone chopping someone's head off, because I think it was originally in like a Disney movie. It was in like the Ichabod Crane thing or something. Something like, maybe it was, I don't know, I feel like it was in a Disney movie. So it's super bouncy, but it's like also about murder.
Now gather around while I elucidate what happens outside when it gets late. Along about midnight, the ghosts and banshees get together for their nightly jamborees.
Also, it's so interesting, like just like how the song itself, like the flow and the pattern, the pace of the song, like it. If you looked at the lyrics, if you just looked at the lyrics, it's like it would be very difficult to put together what the tune is and how it rhymes and how it how the rhythm of it all is. But like, it's just interesting to me. And it's like, obviously it's like the ghost and banshees get together and and it's like all of these internal rhymes and little slant rhymes. And I just think and it's going so quick. So it like takes a second to like really hear it.
There's ghosts with horns and saucer eyes, and some with fangs about this size. Some short and fat, some tall and thin, and some don't even bother to wear their skin.
So that's kind of cool too. I like how he does, because I don't think Thurl did that. Just kind of added that little like tremor in his voice. Some don't even bother to wear their skin. It's like, oh my god, it's scary. It's like it adds a little bit of a theatricality to it, and I think that's kind of fun. And I always say this, I love the sets in Castellucci's videos. I love them. They're so fun. And like all the little props, all the little things, and like this one's got a lot of like extra little after effects too, which doesn't always happen. So I think that's kind of fun. It adds a little bit to the campiness of the video.
Well, I'm telling you, brother, it's a frightful sight to see what goes on in the night.
Goes down. And then he tricks us. He tricks us by looking over at these guys. Because you know they're going to start singing, but you don't know when. And it's like, when are they going to start? Not yet. Not yet. The fool.
When the ghosts have a midnight jamboree, they break it up with a fiendish glee. Spooks are bad, but the one that's cursed is the headless horseman. He's the worst when he goes a jogging.
That's really cool too. Like when he is the worst when the hen goes a jog. Like it's like he slides right into it, but it doesn't feel like it. It feels like there should be a break there, but there isn't one.
When he goes a jogging across the land. Cursed is the headless horseman. He's the worst when he goes a jogging.
It takes the breath support there too, because he doesn't take a breath in between those two, because you can't, because he's the worst when the head goes a jogging, da da da. And it's like, how long can you go without breathing?
Across the land, holding his noggin in his hand.
See, again, this is what I meant by like the little after effects and stuff, especially because like we know the headless horseman with the jack-o'-lantern thing, like that's a whole thing.
Demons take one look and groan and hit the road for parts unknown.
And then they sing, and like that doesn't happen in the original. In the original, there's no backup singers. It's all just Thurl. I love how the difference though, how they're all really high.
They don't like him and he's really burned.
These are all Jeff. These are all Jeffrey, huh? I like that it took me this long to kind of get that. Oh my gosh, wow. So yeah, so these are like, they're all just like super high. I like that he's got like these, the implication being that he's the headless horseman and he's trading these heads out here willy-nilly. But again, it's interesting to see that like, just the difference. Because again, I was wondering how they were going to change it up, because Thurl has a very, very deep voice, and it's a fun song, but not much happens in it. And so this is a fun difference.
Swear through the longest days.
Yeah, he'll show them that he can get ahead.
The headless horseman needs a head. The headless horseman needs a head.
See, that's kind of fun too, because I don't think that they said it like on this repeated thing. Or even if they did say it like on this repeated note, again, the theatricality of here is like part of it is the terrified looks that these heads are giving, but also it's like the dun 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 dun, like keeping it that kind of like light, breathy, but still with very like really abrupt. It's really staccato still. It adds to a sort of like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? It's like the strings in Psycho. You know, it does something to your heart when you have that sort of really abrupt sound going on. The da 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 da. It's like oh my God, headless horseman needs a head. It just adds to a little bit of the atmosphere.
Close all the windows, lock the doors. Unless you're careful, he'll get yours. But don't think he'll hesitate a bit, 'cause he'll tip your top if it'll fit. And he likes 'em little, likes 'em big.
Hard in the middle or a wig.
Black or white,
And then like the sort of barbershop quartet thing happened back here. This was kind of fun.
or even red. The headless horseman needs a head.
The headless horseman needs a head. The headless horseman needs a head.
It's after midnight, so listen good. Better stay at home like you should, 'cause right outside and waiting there.
Headless horseman.
Beware.
Ugh, and he goes low. I love that, like the really, really high to the really, really low, all just kind of superimposed on top of each other. And this headless horseman guy is so freaky. Also, like the little guy with the hat in the back, the little head with the hat, and he has given me, he is staring straight into my soul, and that is really uncomfortable. There it is. And there he goes. There he like pulling it out that really, really low note.
Looking for a headed job, so don't stop to figure out a plan.
You cannot reason.
All the glances. The editing on this is so fun. It's so fun. It's so fun. But also, I keep forgetting how high he can sing.
Reason.
Don't stop to figure out a plan.
You cannot reason with a headless man.
How does he do? He sounded like a tuba when he does that. When he goes that low. Thurl Ravencroft's did not go that low. Sorry to say. He definitely gets lower than our good friend Thurl. But like, there's also parts in here where it's like, he could play Shere Khan, this dude. Let's have Geoff play Shere Khan and start singing some of that. Like, I would watch it. But it's really phenomenal. Just how low can he go? Just croak it out, but like still keep a significant amount of tonality to it. I do love a bass singer. Like, man, I can feel it in my rib cage. My God. All right. So yeah, this is a much shorter video than often is with the music, but again, it's a short song. It's got some fun connotations. It's fun to listen to him versus Thurl Ravencroft. I like how he brought in all the little heads, the switching in and out, and how they were singing really, really high, and how he consistently was singing incredibly low. I thought that was interesting. I like how he adds little warbles and like not falsetto, but like vibratos to his voice to like add to the fear factor of it all, or just the theatricality in general. I like how he plays with staccato beats. I think it's interesting. I enjoy his arrangements of songs. They're always entertaining. So I hope you enjoyed that. Happy Halloween. Bye-bye.